Hello, this is Stacey Miller, curator of the exhibition, The Global Language of Headwear. The exhibit features 89 hats and headdresses from 42 countries, and with their endless variations is a tribute to the diversity of the world's cultures. With a few exceptions, the pieces on display are from the mid to late 20th century, and many continue to be worn today in different parts of the world for revelry, ritual, and the rhythms of everyday life. More than just utilitarian objects, hats can be works of art, not only as expressions of skill, imagination, and creativity, but because they function as a form of communication. The first section, Cultural Identity, features headwear that signifies an affiliation with a particular country, ethnic group, tribe, or clan. These hats reinforce the wearer's sense of belonging and connection to a larger community that shares perhaps a history, language, a set of traditions, beliefs, and identity. Among the handful of hill tribes in northern Thailand are the Aka. This elaborate headdress, which announces a woman as being Aka, has many levels of meaning. Traditionally worn as part of a woman's everyday dress, the style and design of the headdress also identify her as belonging to the Fami clan. Furthermore, it proclaims her position as a married woman, and the layers of silver coins suggest her financial wherewithal. The round montera from Peru is worn by Quechuan women throughout the Andes Mountains. The Quechua are an indigenous people, and the hat, whose origins are believed to date back to the 16th century, the height of the Inca Empire, reflects their common history. Many variations of the montera can be found throughout the Andes, each style identifying the community to which a woman belongs. A person's power, prestige, and status is conveyed by the headdresses in the next section. Design elements such as feathers, beads, shells, and horns may be used as reminders of one's rank in the society. In the Democratic Republic of Congo, a chief of the Pende tribe would wear this beaded hat as a mark of his prominent position. Throughout Africa, beads have traditionally been used to signify status and authority. The horns on each side of the hat allude to the water buffalo, a valued beast of burden, whose power and strength are symbolically transferred to the wearer. One of my favorite hats would have been worn by men from the Kenyah tribe in Borneo during the ceremonial war dance. A simple rattan basket is transformed into an ornate headdress through the addition of fabric, an intricately beaded panel, goat hair, and hornbill feathers. The headdress, with its various design elements, is a symbol of the warrior's status and power. Cowrie shells, in addition to beads, have historically been used across Africa to convey wealth and distinction and were reserved for people of high social position. The Kuba hat from the Congo is covered with cowrie shells that were once valued as a form of currency, and the beaded hat that looks like a barrister's wig would have been part of a Yoruban king's regalia, indicating his eminence. The British influence is a result of the colonization of Nigeria, which achieved independence from Great Britain in 1960. The focus of the next section is headwear used in ceremonies and celebrations that mark key stages of a person's life. From birth and childhood to becoming an adult, special head coverings are often worn in observance of these occasions. The small fiber hat, a Laket, is worn by young Kuba men in the Congo as part of an initiation ceremony into adulthood. Its function is similar to that of a mortarboard worn by high school or college graduates in the U.S., as both hats suggest the end of childhood and the assumption of adult responsibilities. The Mecranade feather headdress worn by the Ketapu people in the Amazon rainforest of Brazil has purely a ceremonial function, celebrating one of their origin myths. This hat from Vietnam is worn by a bride who would wear red, not white, on her wedding day. Throughout Asia, the color red is considered to be auspicious, symbolizing good luck, prosperity, and happiness. The exhibit's fourth section hints at the variety of spiritual beliefs and practices that are found around the world, and the many ways that people make sense of the mysteries of the universe. Hats can denote the wearer's religious affiliation and spiritual values, and reflect their relationship with God or the divine. The Ileori, or House of the Head, comes from the Yoruba society in Nigeria. The Yoruba people believe that the head, rather than the heart, is the embodiment of a person's character, intellect, and destiny. This headdress is essentially a shrine for the head, honoring one's abilities and acknowledging the path that God has set forth for him. Worn by monks in Bhutan for the black hat dance, this hat is used in a ceremony to cleanse the monastery of evil spirits and to tell the story of the victory of good over evil. The carved skull on the hat serves as a reminder of the impermanence of life. Perhaps we're most familiar with hats that serve a practical function, offering protection from physical injury or from the cold, rain, or the sun. But the design and decorations on a hat, including mirrors, amulets, and embroidered symbols, for example, may be used to protect in a more existential way by warding off evil spirits and negative energy. The animal face with a fierce expression, as well as other decorations on this hat from China, were designed to keep an infant safe from harm by frightening away evil spirits. In an earlier era, when sanitation, infectious diseases, and limited access to medical care threatened the health of young children, mothers would do whatever they could to keep their children safe. While wide-brimmed hats made of straw, bamboo strips, or palm fiber are commonly worn throughout Asia as protection from the sun, these hats from the Philippines, made from a calabash gourd, have the added benefit of being waterproof. With their differences in design, materials, and overall appearance, the hats and headdresses are a clear reminder of our cultural differences. But they also convey something about what it means to be human. And hopefully, by understanding why they are worn and what they represent about us, the hats can act as a bridge, building an awareness of the values, ideas, and attitudes that are shared by people everywhere.